how'd you get it? Now, when he was talking about his hating ass cousins, he was using words. He didn't say woo, 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 blah, 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 blase scoop. He didn't do any of that. He was direct about that part. That's why you got to be careful when you listen to people talk. Her mother did this. That's why in the last show, I was pointing out how her mother's a dick and how if they could charge anybody, they need to charge the mom. The mom did this. Wasn't her, it was the mom.
My cousin who had got the scholarship, yeah, he's in jail now. What you mean he's in jail? He's in jail. They said he raped a girl. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I go down to the jailhouse, talk to the detective myself. No, ain't got no one for me. I just told the detective, like, look, I take full responsibility for anything that ever happened in the house last night.
You gonna take the case?
No, but I told her, I said, as far as I know, because I asked around, did anybody fuck up? I'm like, yo, nobody got raped, yada, yada, yada. They didn't even have my cousin in custody. My other cousins was fucking with me. Because they was mad they didn't get invited to the party. Hating ass motherfuckers. So my cousin wasn't even in custody. So I went down to the jailhouse for nothing. So I'm like, I take full responsibility for everything. You know, I bought the alcohol. They was like, well, you're not even of age to buy alcohol. And I'm like, well, how'd you get it? Well, I got a crackhead to get it for me.
He said, this is what I ought to tell y'all. Something about what Charlamagne is saying is not right. You heard what he said? He said, they said, you're not of age to buy alcohol. How'd you get it? Now, when he was talking about his hating ass cousins, he was using words. He didn't say woo, 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 blah, 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 blase scoop. He didn't do any of that. He was direct about that part. That's why you got to be careful when you listen to people talk. If they're real direct and specific about things that have to do with other people, and then when you catch them in something, they're very vague, there's the answer. Now, if they're vague when they say everything, then that's just how they speak. But most people, when they try to make somebody else look like a bad guy, they're specific. When you catch them in something, they're vague. You listen to this man, and you listen to what he just said. He said he was not of age to buy alcohol. The court reports say what?
Yo, shout out Triple Darkness in the building.
So why would he tell a lie about his age? If he's telling the truth, why would he tell a lie about his age? Court reports say you were 23 years old. You just tried to claim you weren't old enough to buy alcohol.
You know, whatever.
They went out there copping out please.
Yeah, they had to do shit.
Damn.
So 2 weeks later, they come and arrest me for criminal sexual conduct with a minor. So I had to get blood and hair follicles.
Oh, for you going down there to initially explain it?
They ain't had nobody else depending on. So being that I went down there and took full responsibility, lock him up.
Did it get through, you got indicted on it?
Took full responsibility for what? Who walks into a courtroom and says, who walks into the jailhouse, the police station, and say, whatever went on out there, I take full responsibility for it? How many of you guys would do that? How many of you guys would go down to a police station, say they weren't called to go down to the police station, but they went down there because they thought their cousin was there, and the first thing that came out of their mouth was, yeah, I'm anything that happened is mine. I did that. Whatever happened, I did it. Well, sir, we have a report that a whole lot of dick sucking was going on, and there was some dudes in there sucking dick. You're copying to that right now.
All right, what up, fams? What up, fams? Cheap Shots TV back in the full effect. You already know what it is. I'm your boy Dirty GP. Shout out to the homie Triple Darkness once again. Nemesis 7576. Okay, I got you, bro. I got you. I'm gonna follow back. I'm gonna follow you back, bro. Roy, what up, fams? Yes, bro. We back live in full effect, man. Full motherfucking effect. Let me drop this. We back in full effect, fams. That's how we finna get it, man. We coming back talking about the Charlamagne situation. Everybody's throwing Charlamagne under the motherfucking railroad tracks, bro. Like, they throwing him under the bus. You know, I talked about this, or I tried to talk about this last week. But of course, not last week. Hell, last time I went live, and that's been almost 2, maybe 3 weeks ago now. But I was trying to be one of the first ones to cover this situation, if you guys remember. I tried to be one of the first ones to cover this situation, but I have been busy. I've been super fucking busy. I've been out here working on new music, new videos, things like that. So I've been super busy, guys. Got other things going on. I haven't been able to, you know, get on here and handle the business. You know what I'm saying? Get into True Freeman and Tommy Sotomayor, like, you know, like we do. But, you know, at the end of the day, I'm kind of trying to change the basis of cheap shots, you know what I'm saying? I don't really want to focus on True Freeman and Tommy like I said last time. All the time, you know what I'm saying? I still like the situation and everything, but that's not that's not something I'm trying to focus on, you know, with the platform, you know what I'm saying, all the way around. I want to get into this Charlamagne situation due to the fact that it seems like everybody is attacking him. Just like they're attacking R. Kelly. Just like they're attacking everybody else, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's being attacked right now. You know, this is like attack season. Like, if you got skeletons in your closet, this is like the season for these motherfuckers to be, you know, exposed. Like, everybody's been exposed for something, whether it happened 100 years ago, 20 years ago. You know, they're being exposed for their quote unquote dirty deeds. And I'm not the type to always try to point a finger and say you're guilty or you're innocent. I try to play the middle majority of the time and give everybody a fair analysis of my opinion, you know, and try to make sure everybody kind of, you know, gets a fair trial, you know. Even though I might take a few cheap shots here and there, I try to make sure everybody gets a fair trial. I personally isn't the type to like to, you're guilty just because I heard a story and a few people agreed, you know, just because, oh, everybody says he's guilty, so you should say he's guilty too, Dirty. I mean, like, I have my own mind, so I kind of want to say, you know, what I feel and the reason why I feel those ways, whether people like it or not. You know, it's just that I think we should have multitudes of perspectives when it comes to certain situations, versus just having the one, oh, he got to be punished for something like that, you know what I'm saying, type of perspective of, oh, we have to behead him, you know. Shout out to Zach Grayson. Shout out to everybody tuned in right now, man. You guys are awesome. But I got to know, guys, how many of you guys think Charlamagne is a rapist, a pedophile, a child molester, anything of that nature? I want to know. Put that shit in the comments, man. I want to know what you guys think. Put that shit right there in the chat. Let me know how you guys feel, you know what I'm saying? I want to know if you guys are part of this Me Too movement, this Me 3 movement, whatever kind of movement this is, the justification of, you know, trying to take growing powerful men down off of their platforms. You know, no different than the, you know, Tommy Sotomayor being accused of child molestation or fondling his daughter, anything of that nature. You know, it's black people pulling black people down. You know, not giving them a second chance, not giving them, you know, a right of passage after they've made a mistake. You know, we kind of hang people for their bad deeds, knowing that we do shit just as bad. You feel me? You think Triple Darkness said, I think he's a nerd. I mean, I agree. I kind of think Charlamagne is a nerd, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, he try to play like this tough role, you know. But at the end of the day, can I put it past him that he wouldn't rape? I can't put it past him that he wouldn't rape anyone, or he hasn't ever raped anyone. I mean, technically, in some situation, all of us could be considered a rapist in some sense if we had to ask the girl more than once, can we have sex? That is basically, hey, if you got to ask the girl more than once to have sex in the situation you're in with her. Like, if a girl was sitting right here next to me and I was like, hey, what's up? Hey, can I get that? And she'd be like, nah, I don't want to. And then you be like, you keep pressing, like, hey, come on, girl, you know, rubbing on her and doing all this extra shit, trying to force her to have sex. That's basically your borderline rapist, you know what I'm saying? You're a very borderline rapist, you know. You're not taking the first no as a no. You know, we keep proceeding on, you know, we proceed on. Scorpio Sting in the building. What up, fams? Good to see you. Good to see all my people, man. Like, it's been too long, man. Listen, I got my Trust No One shirt on today. I got my Trust No One shirt on today because I find it's really hard to trust people because sometimes people are moral and sometimes people aren't moral. You know? Sometimes people, they don't put their morality straight out. Like, I've been having this conversation with my lady, right? And we've been having this conversation about what's morals. You know, where did the morals come from? Did you get your moral basis from the Bible? Did you get it from the government? Where do you get your morals from? Where do we get our morals from to say what's right and wrong? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is right and wrong in your book? That's what I'm curious to know. But y'all let me know in the comments. I got to get into some of this Charlamagne. I would let you guys listen to Tommy. Come on, guys. I had to play Tommy's perspective. We all know Tommy, man. He sometimes give us what we're trying to hear when it comes to the quote unquote black community and the growth thingy and his growth shit. But at the end of the day, Tommy, he do some of the same shit that he claimed other black people do. You know what I'm saying? He's bashing Charlamagne because Charlamagne has a bigger platform and Charlamagne hasn't allowed him on his platform. And I feel like that's wrong. Like, you shouldn't bring this up and keep promoting this as if you have facts that this man is or has done what you're claiming he's done. So I'm saying, like, why are you? This is typical black on black crime. You know what I'm saying? Black people hating black people, crabs in a bucket syndrome. You know, we constantly bring each other down, finding little things to hold over each other's heads and say, well, you shouldn't have this now since you done this 20 years ago. You know, that's just how I see it. And if anybody has a disagreement with that, oh well, but that's just how I see it. I see Tommy is basically using this scenario to attack someone he doesn't like. And that's not what we should use our platforms for, but I can't tell anybody how to use their platforms. Overall, my perspective of Charlamagne is that he more than likely was in a fucked up position at the wrong time. You know, a wild kid trying to prove himself at one time. You know, he faced the consequences. He faced the charges of those situations. If the mom would have went to court, then maybe Charlamagne would have went to jail, but that's not the scenario, and we cannot hold him to that. That's just me personally. But we shouldn't be talking about this right now. We really shouldn't be talking about this right now. And that's no disrespect to the victim, but we really shouldn't be talking about this right now. That's just what I'm saying. Let's get into this shit, man.
Stay creeping.
What's the wildest shit you ever did, like, after, like, since you gained fame with, like, either groupies or
I don't do that shit. Hell, I'm scared of that kind of shit. I done had a rape charge before.
Oh, for real?
Hell yeah, I'm scared of that kind of shit. I don't even play them.
You got like a charge? How you beat that?
All right, you guys here, he admitted to, you know, right there, he done had a rape charge before, right? He admitted right then he's had a rape charge. He wasn't hiding the fact. That's public information.
I didn't do it. It was a criminal sexual conduct with a minor charge.
That mean you would have to like register for the
yeah,
I was right?
It was the year 2000, 2001. I think I was like 20. I was 20 years old. My cousin had just graduated from high school, and he had got a scholarship to Penn State University. And I had a party, and I had all of these chicks at a party. Like, I was doing overnights I was working at Z93 then. So I had all these chicks there that I met through radio, and you know, chicks that my dude had known. So I used to always see this chick with my dude. So I bought, you know, I invited her to the party. See, she was at the party and shit. She got drunk, high, whatever. Something happened in the room with a couple of my dudes. I'm asking them, did they mess with the chick, you know, after the fact, after she pressed charges? And they was like, no. But they was like, yo, she's bugging. I remember the night of, they was like, yo, she's in here bugging out. She's kicking over the TV and she's trying to set shit on fire. I'm like, what the fuck? Because I had left. So the next morning, I'm hearing she said she got raped. She got raped. So I go to the hood to ask what happened. They like, yeah, you know, my cousin who had got the scholarship, yeah, he's in jail now. What you mean he's in jail? He's in jail. They said he raped the girl. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I go down to the jailhouse. talk to the detective myself. No, I ain't got no warrant for me. I just told the detective, like, hey, look, I take full.
All right, he said they ain't have no warrant for him. All of that, that's been proved. That has been proven to be a lie. They had a warrant for him, but we don't know if that warrant was issued after or before he went down there. I don't know. But at the end of the day, he admits to, you know, being caught up in that scenario, being caught up in that situation. So I don't see how we are calling Charlamagne a rapist for something that he's done already faced. You feel me? I personally can't help that they lowered the charges, and I can't help that if somebody murders somebody and they want to call it manslaughter. You know, I didn't create these laws. I didn't create these statutes. That's just something I have to follow. Now, what I'm saying is how can we follow the government statutes and laws and limitations, and then when a person goes to the court for those same things under those same laws and jurisdictions, we sit around here and turn around and play judge and jury after the fact. You feel me? So I'm just saying, like, you know, I don't get how we can, you know, sit here and constantly judge Charlamagne 15, 20 years after a scenario happened and he done already went to court for it. Like, I'm not saying like judge him like, oh, he shouldn't have done that, but judge him to the degree in which everybody's coming for his position, everybody's coming for his job, everything that he obtained after admitting that he's already done this shit. You feel me? Like, he's admitted he's done this shit, got his fame and his position, grew past that, and we're still holding it over his head. I don't get that.
Full responsibility for anything that happened in the house last night.
You gonna take the case?
No, but I told her, I said, as far as I know, because I asked around, did anybody fuck up? I'm like, yo, nobody got raped, yada, yada, yada. They didn't even have my cousin in custody. My other cousins was fucking with me. Because they was mad they didn't get invited to the party. Hating ass motherfuckers. So my cousin wasn't even in custody. So I went down to the jailhouse for nothing. So I'm like, I take full responsibility for everything. You know, I bought the alcohol. They was like, well, you're not even of age to buy alcohol. And I'm like, well, how'd you get it? Well, I got a crackhead to get it for me. You know, whatever.
They went down there copping out pleas with
they had to do shit.
Damn.
So 2 weeks later, they come and arrest me for criminal sexual conduct with a minor. So I had to get blood and hair follicles.
Oh, for you going down there to initially explain it?
They ain't had nobody else depending on. So being that I went down there and took full responsibility. Lock him up.
Did it get through? You got indicted on it and everything, or?
Now I went to court. Went to court and they reduced the charges to like contributing to the delinquency of a minor because I had to give blood. And
what do you think he's guilty of, though, New Star? What is he guilty of? What is he being tried for?
All, you know, DNA samples, and it wasn't me. Whoever touched it wasn't me. So,
you didn't get no jail time over there?
Nah, I got like probation, like 4 or 5 months probation or something like that. Man. Something like.
That's so.
How is he being accused of rape? How? When he said he wasn't even there.
I mean,
so that's the reason I don't play those games with females. I don't play games like that. Like, if I'm kicking it with you, I'm kicking it with you. I'm not bringing no randoms over. Somebody I just met from the club. Some chick I just met. Like, I go through a process. I talk on the phone with girls. I take them out with me a few times before I even try to get at them. Like, I got to see where they head at. You know what I mean?
Oh, you taking chicks out on dates?
I mean, I wouldn't call them dates, but they come with me where I'm at. You know what I mean? If I'm at a club, hosting a party or something, yeah, you can come through, have a good time. You know? Black, dark black, light skin. It ain't about whether you're white. It ain't about whether you know, Asian, Puerto Rican. It just matters about if you're pretty or not. That's what these girls won't. That's the harsh truth they won't grasp. It ain't about your skin color. Are you pretty or not?
All right, guys. That was the first time I ever heard about Charlamagne, you know, whenever he admitted to this shit. But we got other clips I'm going to play, you know what I'm saying, throughout this broadcast, just to prove or just to show that Charlamagne has a repetitive character of this thing. You know what I'm saying? This is a character that he used after the fact to kind of sell his image. Like, this is something that Breakfast Club built their brand off of, is Charlamagne doing what he does, saying what he say to women when they come on the show. New Star, she wants clout and money. I agree. No DNA because they didn't test it. Disagree. All right, so why didn't the mother follow through with the investigation? Why didn't the mother? All right, here go Tommy talking about it.
Never happened there. It just also says a lot of them got anally raped. Yeah, I did that. But Just Jay, you see him right now, said whoever touched her, it wasn't me. What do you guys think about his story? What do you guys think about his story? His version and her version.
Oh, I guess I passed it.
You dig right now?
That he know what be fucking with was fucking, you know, went in there and done it up on her and shit. And he asked them, did they do?
And then here go True Freeman agreeing with Charlamagne.
What's up, everybody? It's Ick and Mel. Make sure you hit that like button.
I have no first-hand knowledge of these allegations surrounding this matter, but I do have crime of. Greetings, I'm your host, Star, and this is the Star Report. I have a guest tonight. Her name is Jessica, and she has a story to tell.
We gonna hear her side.
Along with the Sheriff's Department statements and court documents dating back to 2001 with respect to an alleged crime of rape with Charlamagne the God, a popular radio host by way of The Breakfast Club. Jessica claims that Charlamagne did indeed drug her and rape her.
All right.
Let me also say that I
All right. Star just stated Charlamagne drugged and raped her personally. Personally
have no first-hand knowledge of these allegations surrounding this matter, but I do have Jessica on the line and have court documents to substantiate these allegations. Good evening, Jessica. Welcome to the show. All right, so you're 32 years of age, you're a mother, and you've got a career, and this is something that's been what? It's been weighing heavy on your heart over the years, or you feel that there's something that needs to be further discussed? What?
It's just something that I haven't quite been able to get over. I don't know if you ever get over anything like that, but as far as closure goes, I never really got that.
I definitely agree with you on that, Scorpio Steen. Why aren't white people talking about this? Why aren't white news, CNNs and the fucking BBCs aren't talking about this? Why is it only black people or black women talking about this? I'm pretty sure a lot of black women will use the whole, oh, they don't care about black women conundrum just to try to get out of this shit, because at the end of the day or beginning of the day, we all know that the government don't give a fuck about shit but something that's going to make money for them. If it's super embarrassing, yeah, they'll get rid of it. But at the end of the day, white people aren't talking about this shit because at the end of the day, they forgave him for that shit already. Black people haven't forgave him for that shit. He's already admitted to doing this shit. He's already been to court. He's already been through the whole goddamn legal system. It's not his fault that they chose not to come forward. The mother obviously knew what kind of daughter she had. The mother obviously knew what kind of daughter she had. New Star said because Leonard already pled guilty to a lesser charge and iHeart Media is behind Charlamagne. Okay, they forgave him for his incidents. Why would I plead guilty to rape when rape is not on the table? Why would I plead guilty to rape when rape's not on the table? Am I supposed to say, no, add rape? Add rape to those charges. Yeah, add rape to my charges. Oh, yeah, I was driving that car. I get a speeding ticket, but then I'm going to tell the officer I don't have insurance when he didn't ask me. Is that what I'm supposed to do? If a rape occurred, I agree. They take my DNA. They take her DNA. They find semen in her. They find anything in her crotch area with me or my body cells. They're going to charge me with rape. Point blank. They're going to charge me with rape. The mother, I think the mother knew what kind of daughter she had. He's big enough to interview presidential candidates. Facts. Shout out to Evan. Shout out to Evan. Thank you for getting in the comments session. Appreciate it. Hit that sub button, everybody, if you're new here. He pled guilty to a lesser charge because they didn't just drop the charges, but they couldn't prove he did it. The prosecution didn't pursue the case. They couldn't prove he done it. So it's a he say, she say accusation situation, which never wins in court. A he say, she say situation never wins in court unless there's a civil suit and there's multiple people with the same story. So unless other people, or you're saying other people are coming forward to say Charlamagne has raped them, we cannot call Charlamagne a rapist. We cannot call Charlamagne a rapist.
After everything happened, I was 15 years old, and my mom, she really didn't want me to, you know, speak against him in court. I guess she felt like after all had taken place, that would have been too much for me at that time.
What?
So we kind of moved away.
Come on, how would your mom think that was too much for you to handle at that time when it's justice? Nobody runs from justice. Who's run from justice unless you're being like what you call it, when you've been threatened, your life is being threatened. Who runs from justice? Who runs from giving justice when justice is due? Answer me that, somebody. Who runs from giving justice when justice is due? I don't get that one. She said that out of her own mouth. I'll play it back real slow for you if you want me to. I'll play it back. She said that. She said that. Oh, yeah. She said that out of her own mouth. Real spill. I got it. Hold on.
Thing like that, but as far as closure goes, I never really got that. After everything happened, I was 15 years old, and my mom, she really didn't want me to, you know, speak against him in court. I guess she felt like after all had taken place, that would have been too much for me at that time. So we kind of moved away to Virginia, and, you know, that was it.
All right, you heard that, right? Y'all heard that? I'll play it one more time just in case you missed it.
In court, I guess she felt like after all had taken place, that would have been too much for me at that time. So we kind of moved away.
All right. So you thought it was going to be too much for you at that time. So y'all was going to revisit this situation down the line somewhere? I'm lost. Like, how do you go from I just got raped by a gang of guys and it's too much for me to handle, so the best thing for me to do is run from getting justice from the people who raped me? I'm going to just let them go free. I'm going to let them just run around here and rape more people. Do that sound sensible? And Evan, real spill, I understand where you're coming from. Date rape drugs are what they are. All right, let me ask you a question, though. Let me ask you a question. I've asked this question already to somebody else. Let me ask you this question. If you was to take a girl to a party, right? All right? You didn't bring no liquor. You didn't bring anything to the party, right? But she asked for a drink. You go and get her a drink. Take it back to her. She drinks it. She gets fucked up. Comes to find out it's RHB or RBH, whatever the fuck that date rape drug is in the liquor the next day. You didn't put it in there, but somebody else thought it was a good idea to spike the liquor, right? Somebody else thought it was a good idea to spike the drink. All right? You take her back home. You have sex with her that night. You a little geeked up. You know, I'm geeked up. You know what I'm saying? She horny. You know what I'm saying? She want to fuck, but she don't really want to fuck, but you want to fuck. And then y'all end up fucking. She wake up naked next to you, wondering like, what the fuck? How the fuck I get in this position? Did you rape me? She don't remember shit. All right? But you took her to the party. You got her to drink, but you didn't put shit in it. Somebody else could have put something in it. You didn't know that, but you all caught up in this mess because of what? Because you was in the wrong place at the wrong time. You know, I'm not saying that shit is cool to put shit. And yes, I'm finna get to the video when Charlamagne talked about how he put some Spanish fly in some liquor. But he also stated that they was going to have consensual sex prior to that happening. He did that to enhance the sexual experience. Hey, that's all I'm saying. Like, I never used the shit. I don't have no reason to use the shit. All I'm stating is he admitted to doing something on a consensual basis. They was going to have sex anyways. That's all I'm saying. Well, in some real shit, if he did do it, that means Charlamagne credibility is shot. It doesn't matter. He invited a 15-year-old girl to a party with grown men. So that part right there, you won't let go. So that part right there, due to the fact that a 15-year-old came to a party with grown men, put her in a position to be raped. And Charlamagne is at fault for that because a 15-year-old shouldn't be there without him watching her the whole time. Is that what you're stating, New Star? What proof do you guys have that Charlamagne raped this woman? He set his dudes up for a charge. He don't control their penis. He don't tell people and force people to have sex with underage girls. That's a choice you make. That's a choice you make. She was brought there to possibly have a train ran on her. The proof is in his words. So let me ask you a question. How many rappers do you think actually do what they say in their rap verses? How many rappers actually out here murder people like they say they do? How many rappers do you believe do what they say they do? That what date rape drugs are for. Hey, you're right. I cannot take that away.
To Virginia, and you know, that was it. Mm-hmm. There was never any closure. I don't believe that he ever went to jail. According to the paperwork, I think he just got probation. Mm-hmm. So he never really.
And let me ask you a question, Jessica. Who fault is that Charlamagne only got probation? Who fault is that Charlamagne only got probation? That's what I'm curious to know.
Really was held responsible for what he did. And then shortly after, I started seeing him on TV and hearing more about him, and that just brung up all of these.
Oh, you started seeing him on TV. You started hearing more about him. Okay. And that brought up what? More reasons to want to what? Speak out on the situation that you should have spoke out on before because, oh, he ain't nobody. He ain't going to be nothing. He just a small-time disc jockey. He ain't going to actually be nobody. It's okay. He raped me. I'll move on with my life. Oh, he's on TV. He's on TV. Let me get some of this money. Let me get some of this money. Come on, stop. Yeah, listen. Stop it.
Old wounds I had from the issue or the situation. Mm-hmm. So for me, it's just, I want people to know who he really is, for one. Mm-hmm. And for two, I just want.
This case isn't picking up steam. This case is losing more steam than it ever had. First of all, no one can really even post about the Charlamagne situation without getting a cease and desist order. Tasha K got a cease and desist order, if I'm not mistaken. Star got a cease and desist order after posting about the Charlamagne situation. I was one, like I said, one of the first ones to post about it. Tommy was one of the first to post about it. They didn't get a cease and desist. I know I don't have as many followers and shit, but my perspective on this shit is that I don't give a fuck. Literally, I don't really give a fuck. I give a fuck about the fact that, all right, since when do we not forgive people for past aggressions, past, you know, things that cause discrimination amongst their character? When do we stop forgiving and allowing people to move on and grow? Why are we still waving this thing over his head that he's already been through 19, 20 fucking years ago? I'm not saying it's okay that it happened. I'm not saying that. That's just retarded. For anybody to say that, it's me personally say, all right, it's okay that happened. No, it's not okay that happened. First of all, I grew up in the same era, and I understand the exact same shit in which Charlamagne is referencing. You know what I'm saying? The rape culture thing where we felt like it was okay to run trains on girls. I know some guys that used to hit chicks and then in a dark room, and then one dude come out and she think, and a dude come in and she face down, and another nigga jumping behind her and she thinking it's her boyfriend or some shit. I just seen a video on Facebook with this exact same incident going on with some younger kids, like 16, 17. Some young girls roll up on the dude talking about, you raped my homegirl, you came in there, I thought that was my boyfriend, and you raped me. Like, hold on, at what point do you not look back? At what point is sex so good that you do not look back and see what the fuck's going on in the room around you and not know that they done changed, that the dick done got bigger or smaller or something done changed? The energy should even feel different. I don't even understand that. So I done personally been in a situation where I done ran trains on a girl, but it was consensual. The girl knew 4 niggas came to her house to fuck. All right. Is it okay that all 4 of us fuck? Yeah. Okay. Ain't no drugs in play. Ain't no motherfucking looking in play. Young kids fucking. Point blank. We called it running trains on bitches. Shit happens like that. I'm sorry. That's just how I grew up. That's just the life I was exposed to. My brother, who was older, used to bring bitches home, way older than me. And this must honestly just be in the black community, because white people, I don't think white people go through shit like this. They might go through some type of shit like this, but white people go through shit like trying to see if they're gay at a young age. You know, have they homies come over and have sleepovers and they want to see each other dicks and shit. Like, black men don't go through that type of shit. I go through the type of shit like, okay, cool. I might have been molested at a young age. All right. My brother bring bitches home when I'm like 11 and 12 years old. He like 19, talking about, do I want to fuck this 20-year-old bitch? We didn't look at that shit as molestation. We didn't look at that shit as if this bitch is raping us. No, we look at this shit as a rite of passage. You know what I'm saying? Bringing a young man into manhood type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I mean, that's just how the society I grew up in, you know, was basically structured. But I'm not saying that shit was okay. Never saying that shit was okay. I never accepted the fact that my brother was bringing bitches home and it was offering me the pussy that he was getting. I'm like, no, I don't see sex that way. You know what I'm saying? I don't see I should be sharing sex with my brother. This might be your girlfriend. I don't want to, you know, I want my sister-in-law to be like, oh, man, I suck my little, you know, brother-in-law dick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. That shit was just, it was weird to me to accept. But overall, we grew up in this culture. Black women as well, white women. If you grew up in a poverty area, you grew up in an area where your parents probably didn't care about you, and you started fucking at a young age. Point blank fucking period. You started fucking at a young age. If you grew up in a poverty situation, you started fucking at a young age. And if you grew up in a nice structure of a family, you probably started fucking when you supposed to. 18, your prom night, you know, I'm losing my virginity on my prom night type shit. If you were broke, you was fucking before you should have been fucking. Facts. Go to Choke No Jokes IG page and look at his interview with this girl and tell me you think she lying. Choke No Joke IG page. That don't mean it's right because you think it's right of passage. The fuck? Hold on. I never said it was right. I never said some shit like that was right. I never said no shit like that was right. I'm saying that that's just the culture in which we grew up in. I'm pretty sure everybody who grew up in a poverty situation grew up in a situation where you was fucking before the age of 14. You probably was running the streets, drinking and hanging, kicking cool with your friends by the age of 15 or 16. You was rebellious to your parents' words by the age of 12 or 13. I'm just keeping it real. Like, we are not looking, let's not look at this girl like she grew up in a situation where, okay, she had no business being at a party with a 22-year-old. First of all, you grew up partying with your goddamn mama and your fucking daddies because they partied at the house, and they used to try to send you to bed, but you kept sneaking your ass down there partying. They wanted to see you dance when they got drunk. They want to see you jig. You know, kids grew up partying with their parents. Parents party with their kids now. Kamika Jenkins was partying with her motherfucking mama before she passed. Remember Tommy was talking about that? How ratchet these bitches are. How ratchet these bitches are. The mama didn't come to Kamika's defense until she found out that it could have been a potential profit. A potential profit. You feel me? But she didn't get raped. Everybody in that video claimed Kamika got raped, though, didn't he? Didn't everybody in that video say Kamika got raped? Facts. Oh, she's getting raped. They filming why her friend getting raped. Right or wrong? Tell me I'm wrong. What up, Benevolent Flower? Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, I hit that like button, man. Run up them likes. Cause we keep throwing the wrong people under the bus. What happened to forgiveness? Oh, because she probably did get raped before she froze to death? Oh, wow. Yo, let's go.
In the whole situation. I mean, it's been over, 15 years now, and I'm still dealing with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I go to counseling for it. At one point, I was on medication. You know, it's something that is with me to this day, and I really just want to kind of put it behind me, and it's hard to do that when you see this person on TV. He's everywhere.
Right. Okay, so Charlamagne took a plea with regards to this case, and it's behind him. You spoke about Charlamagne being on top of you. Is that your official statement, that Charlamagne was on top of you, penetrating you?
Yes.
Okay.
She states that Charlamagne actually got on top of her and penetrated her. So she's saying there's actually skin evidence or body evidence that Charlamagne was on top of her, rubbing his body, you know, in a sexual manner, up and down on top of hers, grinding her. So there should be physical evidence of Charlamagne all over her. They should have kept that. They should have kept that evidence. So he gave his DNA, though, guys.
And has he ever admitted through any part of that process that he did engage in sexual activity with you, or did he flat out deny that?
From what I was told, he said that it was consensual.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so your mother did go to court?
Yes, she went.
Okay. And
she went, and my uncle went with her.
Okay, so you were a minor at the time, and you didn't feel it was necessary to go, and at the same time, this did not go to trial because he took the plea deal, yes?
Right, and it wasn't that I didn't feel it was necessary. I wanted to go, but my mother, she felt differently. She didn't want me there.
Right. Okay. You make reference in your...
All right, see, she went and her uncle went. I mean, her mom went and her uncle went to court. If they went to court and you didn't go, which is totally fine because your mother, first of all, is your power of attorney, and you don't have to be in court for a what they call it, for a hearing plea, for a guilty plea, whatever the where you plead guilty or not guilty. You don't have to be in court for that. Your parents or your attorney can go to court for you. And why did you not have an attorney at this time? Why did you not have a public defendant at this time? Or why didn't you have a attorney going to court? So your mom was the acting attorney? Your uncle was the acting attorney? I'm lost here. Where was the public what was they call it? He had the public defendant. Didn't you have the prosecutor? Didn't you have the public prosecutor? What a prosecutor on your side? Let me go back. I might have missed something.
Okay, so you were a minor at the time, and you didn't feel it was necessary to go, and at the same time, this did not go to trial because he took the plea deal, yes?
Right, and it wasn't that I didn't feel it was necessary. I wanted to go, but my mother, she felt differently. She didn't want me there.
Right. Okay. You make reference in your statement that Charlamagne, he made Malika a drink. Did he make a drink for you as well?
He made both of us a drink, yes.
Mm-hmm. And it's your claim that the drink made you dizzy and it made you limp, made you pass out? What?
Well, okay, so Malika, she was drinking before I started drinking. Mm-hmm. She probably had a cup. I was just about finishing my cup. Before I finished my cup, she ended up just throwing up.
All right, first of all, the mother can't drop a rape case. That's not something the mother can drop. And if the prosecutor has that case on their desk, you better damn well believe that the state has to pick that case up and pursue on. There's no way Jessica can get out of that situation unless they fail to cooperate with the full extent of the investigation. That's all. That's the only way Jessica can fuck up this case is by not cooperating full throttle with this investigation, which means she probably changed her story multiple times. She either changed her story multiple times or failed to show up to a simple fucking briefing about the case, or come to the office, or, you know, be cooperative with the questions asked. You know, her mother did not cooperate or allow her daughter to. Come on, her mother. Why we keep? All right, this is what I'm saying. Her mother cannot stop her from. Don't answer that question. Don't answer that question. What? I'm gonna look bad for answering the question to something. Why would I not cooperate? Why would I not want to see justice follow through? Somebody answer me that. Why would if I was raped and I go down to the press charges and I go down there to tell my story to the detectives, at what point do I find myself not giving a fuck? At what point do I find myself not giving a fuck about what the fuck is going on? Somebody just raped me. Somebody just raped my daughter. We going down here to press charges. We go down here and talk to the investigators. We tell them what the fuck happened. They taking all these tests and DNA. At what point after that do I say, well, I don't want to go along with this no more. I don't want to continue doing this no more. I'm good. I'm done. What point?
I went and got some towels for her, tried to wipe her off, and she was just sitting there like she was out of it, and he kept trying to give her more drinks. So I put my drink down about maybe 10, 15 minutes after.
So she states that she was conscious enough to put her drink down. She states that she was conscious enough to notice that her friend was a little too fucked up and was starting to throw up everywhere. But her friend didn't get raped. But her friend ain't the one who come forward and hollering about she got raped. All right, let's keep going.
Trying to help her and clean her up. I got up.
But you're not that fucked up you're not that fucked up though.
Because I just wasn't feeling right. My head was just dizzy, and I just felt funny. I could see and I could hear, but I just didn't feel like myself.
Right.
So I got up, and when I got up, it's like I collapsed to the floor.
So you remember collapsing. How many people ever passed out and remember passing out? Have you ever passed out and remember passing out? Or do you just remember waking up like, damn, what happened? And people had to tell you what happened. Or tell me, did she pass out, wake up, and find herself naked in the bed? Then that's a whole different story. But we finna get into that. And find out.
Like, I couldn't really move my legs or anything. It was weird.
Okay.
So I never felt anything like that before.
All right, so she said she collapsed, but she didn't pass out. But she couldn't feel her legs. But nobody called the ambulance and asked her if she was okay and see if she was hurt. They were just worried about if they can get her clothes off. Right? All right, let's keep it moving.
But at the same time, you were 15 years of age. You weren't supposed to be drinking. And I'm not saying that, you were wrong. Whoever was, in your presence, some type of guardian, they should not have been serving you alcohol.
Right.
Yeah. So, okay. So
And
after,
that was the thing. You know, I'm 15 years old, and I wasn't a drinker. I wasn't a partier or anything. But, you know.
So why are you drinking and why are you partying? I'm lost. If I've never drunk before, and I'm afraid of the situation that I'm in, why the fuck would I pick up a drink? Why the fuck would I party?
Me and Charlamagne, we had built a friendship. We were actually friends. You know what I mean? I trusted him. And when I got there, I felt a little uneasy because it was just so many people there that I didn't know. It was really more guys than girls. It was me, Malika, and maybe 2 other females there.
Okay.
And he kept trying to get me to drink. And I told him, I said, you know, I don't want anything to drink. I didn't feel good. It was just too much going on for me at one time with all these strangers. And he said, you can trust me. Nothing's going to happen to you tonight. Just, you know, have a drink. And so I said, okay. And he poured me a drink. In the kitchen, he was the only one back there. He came out with the drinks in his hand, and I took the drink from him.
Okay. Now, this happened in 2001 in South Carolina, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Was this a house party? Was this a party at a club, on a boat? What?
It was a pool, well, a beach party. But by the time we got there, he picked me up from my house. He picked up Malika and I from the house. On our way there, we made a few stops. We stopped at, I believe it was his parents' house, because I met his dad, and there was a couple of other family members in there. And we stayed there for a little while, left. Then we went to the gas station. By the time we got to the beach, it was dark. So it was really no pool party, because the way he described it, you know, bring your bathing suits, is going to be like this outdoor pool party, you know, fun in the sun type of thing. By the time we got there, it was dark, and it was just a whole bunch of people inside the house.
So now, after this sexual act took place that you claim took place, how did you then get home?
The ambulance was called. Someone called 911. There was someone who was downstairs, outside, actually. After everyone had left, Malika and I were able to pull ourselves together and help each other down the stairs, and we went outside and sat on the curb, and it was just pitch dark. We didn't see anybody. Somebody pulled up. I don't know if these guys were at the party earlier or where they had came.
Hold up. Really? Do y'all listen to what she said at the beginning of the story, right? All right, let me tell y'all what the fuck happened. I'm going to tell y'all what happened real quick. I've seen this happen multiple times. This shit happens multiple times. What happened was, if you remember back in the story, she said she had a drink and her friend was throwing up, and she tried to get up and help her. You know what I'm saying? Clean up her throw up and shit. And her legs collapsed. So at that point where her legs collapsed and she couldn't move anymore, she started having an out-of-body experience, in which means she was fucked up. All right? Which is understood. But in this out-of-body experience, she started spazzing out. She started kicking over shit. She started doing all this extra shit, cussing, being loud. Everybody started to leave because the police done been called. She don't remember half that shit, right? What she remembers is getting her shit and her friend shit together and walking outside and seeing people leave. And so she decided to sit on the curb. So by this time, the police and the ambulance is probably coming, because she just said she left in an ambulance. He asked her, how did you get home? God damn, Bernie. Shit. He asked her, how did she get home? An ambulance. An ambulance? Who the fuck called the ambulance? Why they call the ambulance? Because you passed out? Because you collapsed? They called the police for you? I'm trying to tell you, shit don't sound right.
But someone pulled up and got out the car and asked us if we were okay.
Right.
And I believe it was that person who called 911.
Suppose Charlamagne reaches out to you after we do this interview, and he says, hey, I want to give you a settlement, and I want you to recant your story and to call Star a liar. Then what?
Listen, I don't want that man's money. I don't want nothing from him. I just want people to know who he really is. He's a liar.
Make sure she got home.
I have been dealing with this.
So Charlamagne is a chauffeur, a Uber driver. I mean, he's a cab. He picked him up. So if a cab come and get you and take you somewhere, do that mean they responsible for taking you back? Thought so.
Over 15 years. My life has never been the same since that night. My relationships with my family and my friends have suffered because of it. Mentally, I suffer. Emotionally, I suffer. So I don't want nothing from him. I don't want to speak to him, and I don't want to seem angry, but there is still a part of me that's upset because he took something from me. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't even like him like that. And when I first met him, he expressed that he liked me in that way. But I told him, you know, no, we could just be friends, and that was that. We never, those were not the dynamics of our relationship. We were just friends.
Evan, what's the worst thing you've done in life? Be honest. We know Charlamagne possibly is a rapist. What's the worst thing you've done in life? Murder? Kidnapping? Child pornography? Masturbate in public? What's the worst thing you've done in life? And then on top of that, can you blame it on your age? And on top of that, should we hold you at fault for that for the rest of your life? Just curious, what's the worst thing you've done in life?
Did he come to your house? Did he come to your house on occasion to pick you up or to hang out at your house and just, you know, relax with you and your family?
He came to my house.
News Star says if a nigga invited my daughter to a party and left her there, I'd be ready to kill him. I don't give a fuck if she over 18. I can totally agree. And this is why I have a problem. This is why I have a problem with this situation. Why wasn't the mother or the uncle ready to kill Charlamagne? Why was the mother and the uncle just so avid to just say, hey, it's not that serious? What was the advocate for the killing? What was the advocate for the justice? What was the advocate for everything that needed to happen after that situation happened? What was the advocate for that? Don't tell me that this little girl was the only advocate for that scenario when the prosecutor possibly could have made the biggest case of their history by putting Charlamagne in jail. Is Charlamagne a serial rapist? How many more people are going to come forward and say that Charlamagne has done the exact same thing that this woman is accusing him of doing?
Twice. The first time he came, he met my mom because he was taking me and one of my best friends out for lunch. That was the first time he came and met my mom. And then another time he came to see me, but I wasn't there. And that's when my brother Jamel answered the door and told him I was.
So why is it that you have so many excuses of why they didn't do something, but never give an excuse on why they should have done something? I don't understand that.
Wasn't around. So he came by my house twice. And then, well, actually 3 times. The third time was when he picked me up to go to the beach party.
The beach party.
So he came by my house. My mom knew who he was. My brother knew who he was. You know, we knew each other. We had a friendship, or so I thought.
Right. So now, at that time, and according to court documents, you were 15 years of age. Did you meet Charlamagne when you were 15 or 14?
I met him when I was 15. I met him through someone named Rico. And Rico, he was like a local DJ. He did music as well.
Okay.
And Rico was, I don't know, we went to the radio station. I think it was Z93 radio station where Charlamagne worked at the time. And they were just talking about music, and I rode with Rico over there. And that's how I met Charlamagne. I didn't know who he was prior to that. I never heard of him. I didn't know him. I didn't even know how he got my number because he called me a couple days afterwards. So I assumed he got it from Rico. Okay. But I know I didn't give it to him.
So now, did you ever tell Charlamagne I'm 15, or did he even ask, or was that never part of the conversation?
Yeah, he knew I was 15. He knew I was still in high school. I told him.
If I can just say this, you have to find resolve within yourself. I don't think that the media, I don't think that anything by way of something that may happen to Charlamagne is going to give you any form of peace of mind. So opening up to others may help you in the long run.
Right.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. I just want my life back. And even though I have so much going for me, I still feel like sometimes I'm just not all there because of that situation.
Okay. Okay. I'll talk to you in a day or two, okay?
All right, guys, as you see right there, I can't get a full perspective off of this. I'm sorry. I can't get a full perspective off of this. This is not something I can get a full perspective off of. But all right, guys, this right here is now this was a shocking video to me right here to watch. Charlamagne the guy incident, you know, when he was speaking about.
I remember a scenario, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I got this girl real drunk, and
that sentence sounds a little fishy. I got her drunk.
I didn't just get her drunk. I remember going. I went to the sex store and got Spanish Fly.
Oh, so you raped her?
Shut up. Spanish Fly. They sell it in the sex store. I'm telling the truth. They spell it in the Spanish store. I had to fucking.
They sell knives at the store too. You could put that to a girl's throat and have sex with it. That doesn't mean it's illegal.
So I put the Spanish Fly in the E&J. We drinking the E&J and shit. So in my mind, I don't know if this shit really worked, but I felt like I got horny as a motherfucker too. Right? So she was drunk as shit, and we had sex and shit, and like. A lot of my boys was trying to come in the room and fuck her. I'm like, nah, chill out. I can't. We're not doing that. I'm not gonna let you run a train on it. That's rape. Okay. So, right. So
it's just one-on-one. It ain't rape.
Yeah. So the next
trains are rape.
So the next morning she wakes up. And we talk about it. And she's like, what happened? I'm like, oh, we had sex. She said, okay, well, I'm glad it was you. Then a couple days later. She's like, yo, are you sure I only had sex with you? Because one of my stupid ass cousins was going around saying he fucked her, which he didn't. I know for a fact he didn't. I was there the whole time. He did not fuck her. He looked at her naked, but he didn't fuck her, right? So I'm telling her, no, me and you just had sex. Nobody else did nothing. So it just was weird that she was like, well, I'm just glad it was you. You know what I'm saying? Because in my mind, I'm like, yo, you could have been in a real bad situation if it was another motherfucker there.
That's a huge compliment, man. A girl just said, yo, at least you raped me.
I didn't rape her. I did not rape her. I did not rape her.
If it was any of your cousins or friends, it would have been rape. But
I didn't rape her because me and her had every intention of having sex with each other.
So then why would you put the Spanish Fly?
I'm still a freaky motherfucker, but I was listen,
was she passed out while you fucked her?
Nah, she wasn't like, she was like one of the.
All right, answer me this. Is Charlamagne reasons for putting the Spanish Fly in the E&J acceptable? Question. I just want to know, is Charlamagne reasons for putting the the Spanish Fly in the E&J acceptable? He said that he was trying to enhance the sexual experience. They was already going to have sex. He was just trying to enhance it. It's almost like using a certain type of KY jelly, you know, without a girl knowing. It says, all right, or using a certain type of condom, like using one of those condoms that get hot and cold, you know, one of those hot, cold condoms. It's like using one of those without her knowing it. And she like, oh, what is that? And you're like, oh, yeah, you like that, huh? Yeah, it feel good to you, huh? You know, it's about enhancing the experience. That's what I get from that.
Those drunks where no, she was one of those drunks where like she was one of those drunks where she was like she wasn't coherent, but she was up. You know when your girls is like when you're blacked out like that, don't know what the fuck's going on type shit. Like she was
awake and she was into it.
She was wasted. Yeah, she was.
Her eyes were not rolling in the back of her head.
No.
Okay, was she snoring while you were?
It was just weird. It was just weird because while we was having sex, she was. Because one of my homeboys used to fuck her on the regular. Like when I say the regular, that was his girl. Like he hates me probably to.
This is a different scenario though. He's talking about a white girl in Myrtle Beach, and this other situation was quote unquote happened in somewhere else. This is what I'm saying. That's not understand. He's talking about two different scenarios. He's talking about a Myrtle Beach situation and a South Beach situation. So it's two different situations.
Wait, so you fucked your friend's girl?
That was a piece of shit. It wasn't his girl though. It was like a girl that he used to really love. See, this is his whole story. The girl was white, right? And he was black. So this is in Moncks Corner, South Carolina. They couldn't really have an interracial relationship at the time. Dixie flag flying over and shit. It couldn't really go down. So they couldn't really claim each other. You know what I'm saying? But it was just one of those weekends. She was just mad at the motherfucker and came to get drunk with me. And I had been, you know, flirting with her. We were talking on the phone. We kissed every now and then.
This is your boy's girl.
This is my boy's. He should have claimed her.
Which boy?
No, I'm not saying that location matters. I'm not saying that at all. Rape is not cool. I'm saying, why are we calling Charlamagne a rapist when he's saying that it was consensual?
I'm not saying.
Do I know him?
Nah, you don't know him. He should have claimed her.
Was he at your wedding?
Hell no.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely not. But it's like, we knew what was going to happen. But it was just the fact it could have been really bad for her.
Yeah.
Is my point. But and the fact that she woke up the next day and was like, I'm just glad it was you and just you, was weird to me. That was
I
a little strange.
I like the fact that you made yourself a hero in this story.
I did. I'm the Dr. Dre. I wrote this.
Sweetheart.
Straight out of Moncks Corner. I wrote this.
Sweetheart. Sweetheart, they were trying to come in the room, bro.
Yes, yeah.
They were trying to come in.
Yes.
After I drugged you and you passed out, they were trying to come in and get some pussy, but I said no.
I did not drug her and pass out. First of all, they used to sell Spanish fly in the fucking
at the
sex
bodega.
Store. I don't know if they still do. They still do?
Absolutely. I don't know if they still do, but I remember as a kid seeing it.
And it was cola flavored. So when you a fucking kid, exactly. So when you a fucking kid, you're like, oh, this is some shit that's gonna make us be horny. Listen, I've always been looking for great sexual experiences. I used to use Viagra when I was a kid. I would use the motherfucking ginseng stone. I would motherfucking drink gin. Anything they said that would enhance your sexual experience, I was on it.
Why? Sex wasn't good enough for you? You said you busted mad quick.
I got molested when I was 8. So, I mean, I've been out here.
So you were trying to find that same experience.
I've been out here. Like, this shit is like, it don't do nothing for me no more.
You know what?
My cousin's ex-wife was giving me head at 8. Where do you go from there?
How funny is that when a girl finished sucking your dick and she goes, how was it? And you're like, not like my auntie.
Word up. My cousin's ex-wife was giving me head at 8. What do you want me to do?
There's nothing like cousin lips.
I was experienced. Like, what do you want me to do? By the time I was 16, fucking 17, I'm looking for great sexual experiences, bro. Like, what do you want me to do? And I've been like that since for now. That's why I love bondage and shit like that. S&M, all
you
that
like
kind
being
of shit.
tied up. You like having things put in your ass a lot?
No.
A little bit?
No.
How far in?
I don't go that far.
A finger?
Never. Tongue.
Tongue, and the tongue penetrates you or just licks the outside and cleans the dingleberries off?
Tongue licks your asshole.
That's it. Never, no penetration to your butt.
Nah, I don't think you can penetrate a butthole with a tongue, can you?
I mean, if it's a strong tongue.
Because when I lick a girl's butthole, I don't ever put my tongue in the butthole.
Oh, I do, absolutely.
I lick it like around the butthole, in the cheeks.
I go in there. I'm looking for the meal I just fed her.
Fuck, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, I mean, come on.
But I'm saying all that to say, Spanish flies in the goddamn store. So you're sending the wrong message by having that shit in the motherfucking store.
What do you think female Viagra is? You heard about this new female sex drug came out. It's female Viagra.
What does it make her extra wet?
I don't know.
Super horny.
I don't know what it was.
You know what female Viagra is? Molly. Ecstasy is female Viagra. You're sending the wrong message with all these fucking pills. Because if you're going to put a female Viagra on the market that's going to make girls fucking horny, what kind of message are you sending to Bill Cosby?
It's a good point.
We call him Pill fucking Cosby. He was giving girls pills to fucking lighten the mood.
Well, no, he was giving them pills so that they would fall asleep and he would have sex with them. You know what I mean? It's some sleeping type shit.
Whatever makes the mood light makes the mood light. So what the fuck is the difference between female Viagra and regular fucking pills that make you pass out?
They don't know they're taking it. You can give a girl Spanish fly as long as she knows. It's all about consent. I don't understand why I'm explaining this to you, and it makes me a little bit worried. So, because you look at me confused.
He said, why am I... That's real. He said, why am I explaining consent to you, Charlamagne? Like, I feel weird having to explain consent. Now, with that being stated, like, Charlamagne, I am getting kind of, like, weirded out with this conversation because it's kind of weird, you know, that you're saying, like, it's not the same, bro. If a female don't know she's getting Spanish fly and you don't know she's getting Spanish fly, somebody drugged both of you guys. But if you know you getting Spanish fly and she doesn't know she's getting Spanish fly, then you're drugging her. That's basically how this shit goes.
Because I'm thinking about the sex. I'm thinking about how fucked up a message this is. I'm thinking about how fucked up a message this is that you sell stuff in the sex store that blends in with regular drinks.
Yeah. That's
so by doing that, you're saying
you're trying to trick people.
Yeah, and you're saying it's okay to pour this in a drink and not let somebody know.
Yeah. You're definitely trying to trick people.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're sending the wrong message.
Yeah, but you're also sending the wrong message by equating it, consensual sex to rape.
Okay, so female Viagra, right?
Yeah. If a girl takes it because she wants that pussy dripping.
All right, what if I don't tell you it's female Viagra? What if I say, here's a herbal medicine. It's going to help you relax.
Drip.
Yeah.
All you have to say is, hey, here's some shit that makes her pussy drip and you're going to want to fuck me. Right? If you say that and then she goes, okay, I'm with it. Also, that female Viagra, I don't think it makes you pass out. I don't know. I'm not sure. You know what I mean? I've never experienced that.
I've never experienced it either.
I've never had that problem, fam. Coochie stay dripping.
I just don't understand. I just don't understand why you would do that to a girl.
Hold on. Chris got us some facts.
What is that?
Female Viagra approved by FDA. The first drug to treat sexual dysfunction in premenopausal women, dubbed the female Viagra, has received approval. So, I don't know. Estimated around 1 in 10 women develop HSDD, and up to 40% experience the condition at some point in their lives. HSSD.
What is the shit you're reading?
Hypoactive sexual desire disorder. A
Hypersexual.
condition characterized by low sexual desire.
Oh, shit.
What the fuck was you just reading?
I was reading from the computer. You looking at me read it?
Listen, let me tell y'all something else. The DPG is making a movie, right?
The what?
DPG, Dog Pound Gangsters, Dads and Corrupt.
Okay.
And I mean, salute to Dads and Corrupt. Those my guys. I know they're doing this because of the success of Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah.
But I don't like to see people do things simply because they saw it working for somebody else.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, I don't know if we need a Death Row DPG movie.
Or like podcasts, for example.
It's a difference.
Why?
Because it's a movie. Like I can't lose.
Shit.
Listen, you're not going to lose with sex, drugs, and murder.
Motherfuckers.
That's it.
That's all you need.
You're never going to lose with sex, drugs, and murder.
I actually...
All right. See if I can find it. Yeah, here we go.
Found on her body because it wasn't motherfucking Charlamagne the God. Now, Charlamagne the God's story on DJ Academics kind of corroborates what this is proving. Charlamagne said he figured a couple niggas, his 2 niggas that he know will be fucking with was fucking, went in there and done it up on her and shit. And he asked them, did they do that? And they said no. Go back and listen to his video, his interview with DJ Academic. Guess what? I bet you there was their DNA that was found on her body. Why was Charlamagne's DNA not found on her body? Why do y'all ignore all this information that's right in your face? Just speculating, but a young lady's mother took some money to keep the young lady from testifying. No disrespect, just speculation. No, but I want you to hear what she getting ready to say. Let's play this.
He took something from me. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't even like him like that. And when I first met him, he expressed that he liked me in that way.
When she met him, she was 15, because Star going to ask her how old she was when she met him. She was 15 when she met him. And she knew when she was 15, according to her, she's saying that Charlamagne basically tried to hit on her, and she knew he liked her that way, but she wasn't interested. So this man it was introduced to you and liked you sexually, and he's 22 and you're 15, and he liked you sexually, and that's not what he thought of you, but yet you want to convince us that you didn't like him back no type of way, and y'all just became friends. You don't become friends with somebody you don't like that way, when you know that's what interest they have in you. You can have a true friendship with somebody that likes you and you don't like you sexually, but you don't like them back sexually when you meet them. She just said, when I met him, he expressed that he liked me in that way, and I didn't like him that way. But then you want to convince us that y'all was just friends? Lady, please, you need to stop this shit. You need to stop this shit. And I'm not I'm not motherfucking attacking the victim because this victim is attacking a motherfucker that she shouldn't be attacking. She should be attacking the niggas whose DNA was found on her motherfucking kitty cat. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. She sit right here and admit that when she met Charlamagne the God, he immediately expressed his interest in her. Now, she wants to convince us that she know that's why he liked it her, but she just made it like we just friends and I was friends with him to work. Listen to what she says, man. This shit is crazy. I don't see how no one else caught this shit.
From him. I don't want to speak to him, and I don't want to seem angry, but there is still a part of me that's upset because he took something from me. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't even like him like that. And when I first met him, he expressed.
And why would she immediately first say, I didn't even like him like that? Well, how did you like him? He's 22 years old. You're 15. How did you like him? And you just met him. And you just met him. Okay, I'm a pedophile. Call it what you want. Really don't care, cuz. Really don't care what you think. And I really didn't even like him like that. She says that before she tells the story that he expressed to her soon as he met her, how he liked her. The game was on the Breakfast Club saying he was going to put hands on Star for having beef. Okay, dude, Matthew, remove your comment. That has absolutely nothing to do with my fucking show. Remove your comment. If you don't remove your comment, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, you will be blocked. That has absolutely nothing to do with my goddamn show. You see how you're not paying attention? You're trying to inject shit into my show that has absolutely nothing to do with my show, and that's total disrespect. It just is. 10. 9.
See your rapist on the most popular radio show? Really? Really?
9.
So why you can't forgive like you did before you left? You forgave him before you left, but you won't forgive him after he get famous. That's why you left, because you forgave him.
8. 7.
What up, 4-5? 4 in the building.
6.
In the comment section, guys, if you rocking with your boy, hit the like button and subscribe button if you're new.
5. 4. 3. 2. Get him out of here, Tony. Fuck it. Get him out of here. Anybody mention anything on my show that has nothing to do with my show, remove him. You laughing because you think it's funny. Bye, bitch. Bye, bitch, nigga. You talking about the game. We're not talking about the game. We talking about Charlamagne the God. Get the fuck up out of here, nigga. I didn't even like him like that. And he expressed to me when we first met how that he liked me like that. And that, so y'all became best friends to where this man is picking you up at your house. Hold up. This man met your family. Charlamagne been in your fucking house. Met your fucking parents.
God damn, True.
What? Lady,
damn,
you
True, chill out.
You fucking tripper. If at the least, if you did have sex with Charlamagne, it was consensual. But at the same time, if that's what it was, I would be more respectful. Listen, I would be more respectful of the situation if you'd have just kept it 100, sister. You should have just came out. If you and Charlamagne that had sex and you liked him and shit went upside down, went left when it's supposed to went right, if you'd have been honest, we'd be shitting on Charlamagne about having consensual sex with an underage girl.
Fact.
But you're claiming
Fact.
he raped you, and
Fact.
that's not true.
Facts.
That's bullshit.
I agree with True.
I can tell by the story. I can tell by the evidence. I can tell by your verbiage. I can tell by your words. There's no ifs and ands about. There's nothing you can do to change my mind because I'm looking at what I'm looking at, and I know what it means. Now, what other people looking at and what they think it means, that's something totally different. All you had to do was come out and tell the truth that you may possibly, you and him was in a sexual relationship or fucking with each other, and you got drunk and you don't know who all fucked you that night because you were so drunk, but then you blamed it on him. Okay, won't you just tell the truth? Because if you'd have told the fucking truth and just admitted that you consented to sex with him, if that's what it was, but then you feel like some other dudes got a piece of your cookie, and you feel Charlamagne is at fault, like he took advantage of you, that's totally different. But that's not what you said, baby girl. You try to claim rape. But what you're about to say right now, you knew that that man wanted to get in your motherfucking penny draws from day fucking one. It's not justified by him wanting to or even raping you or having sex with you. But what I am saying is you at 15 claimed that he at 20-something years old was attracted to you sexually. But yet you tried to be a friend with a grown man that you claim you knew, and he admitted that he liked you that way. You also introduced him to your mom. You also brought him into your fucking household, which I'm about to play this right now. Let me play the rest of this shit, man.
With this for over 15 years, my life has never been the same since that night. My relationships with my family and my friends have suffered because of it. Mentally, I suffer. Emotionally, I suffer. So I don't want nothing from him. I don't want to speak to him, and I don't want to seem angry, but there is still a part of me that's upset because he took something from me. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't even like him like that. And when I
stop. Do I think, okay, Troy says no, not Troy. The guy says, true. Do you think Charlamagne the God should address this again? Nope. I don't. He can if he wants to. There's no reason for Charlamagne to address anything. Because by them putting this out, it tells the story for anybody paying attention. Charlamagne can address it if he wants to. I don't feel that he should. I don't. I feel he should tell motherfuckers to kiss his ass, which some motherfuckers probably do literally. I don't know. Y'all know I think he go both ways, but I don't like the nigga anyway. But the fact of the matter is, just because I don't like you don't mean I'm going to support someone lying on you. Do y'all remember that I defended that one guy in Arizona when a motherfucker claimed that was him in the photo sucking a man's Johnson? Do y'all? And that's my arch rival. That's my enemy. Didn't I defend him in that situation because I knew it was a lie? Yes, I did. So y'all know my reputation. My reputation is proven to stand for truth. So fuck what you heard. Do I think he should address it? No. Would I feel one way about him if he does or doesn't? No. Would I feel a certain type of way if he chooses that he has to address this? No. But do I think he should address it? Hell no. Hell no. He should continue with his motherfucking life and let the chips fall where they may. I wouldn't address this shit. This shit already been addressed. That's why it's a court case. That's why it's court records. That's why it's court documentation. That's why there's actual charges that was pled to, and it explains the shit. Should he address again? If I was him, no. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I'm just telling. Truth always prevails, right? But if Charlamagne shut up, people gonna keep talking, and people gonna reveal more and more. Not knowing that that's what they're revealing, they're gonna prove Charlamagne the God to be telling the truth the more they talk about this shit. So Charlamagne the God ain't got to say nothing if you ask me, and I don't like the nigga. I actually think he go both ways. And I know he sucked farts out girls' asses and a whole bunch of other shit that I dislike. I don't dislike him to the point that I would lie on him. I don't dislike Tommy to the point that I would lie on him.
I agree.
I just deal with the truth. I'll defend Tommy if you lie on him.
Say you don't agree with that.
I've already done that.
You don't
I've
agree with what
proven
you're
to
saying
do that
right here.
when he's my enemy. I'm defending Charlamagne the God. We ain't never win at each other. I just don't like the nigga. He wears makeup. He wears makeup. It's a fact he wear makeup. You can see it on this motherfucker on the shows. He wears fucking makeup. Period. Me, if I was a radio show host, I ain't getting cute for the camera. The cutest the handsomest or cutest, whatever word you want to use, I'm gonna get for the camera. If I was a celebrity, cut my motherfucking hair and make sure I'm clean, got some clean, fresh gear on. You not putting no fucking makeup on my fucking face, man.
But you can't say what he's not.
Scars.
You can't say what he says not fact,
this is
though.
Me. War wounds. You're not putting no makeup on me to make my skin look smoother and softer than it is. And then a motherfucker see me in person without makeup and say, God damn, what happened to him? Ain't nothing happened to me. But when you saw me on TV, I had on a bunch of makeup all the time. No, you're not going to do that to me. You're going to see me for what, and he bleaches his skin. That's a fact. He does bleach his skin. I sit there and watch his skin color get lighter and lighter and lighter. That's a fact. He does use Ambi bleaching cream. Yes, he does, just like Tammy. everyone on television is made up so they don't look dusty green due to the camera. Get the fuck up. You really believe that? Okay, let's finish playing this, man, because this shit ain't worth no more of my time like right now.
Part of me that's upset because he took something from me. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't even like him like that. And when I first met him, he expressed that he liked me. In that
so she didn't even like him like that, but when she first met him, he immediately told her how much he liked her. She just admitted to that. So let's listen. Let's see if any of this shit is adding up.
That way. But I told him, you know, no, we live it. Mentally, I suffer. Emotionally, I suffer. So I don't want nothing from him. I don't want to speak to him. And I don't want to seem angry, but there is still a part of me that's upset because he took something from me. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't even like him like that. And
you know it for a fact, and you can prove I'm wrong. Well, forget the proving.
When I first met him, he expressed that he liked me in that way. But
what up, everybody? You know, what up, Lunch B? What up, Cut?
We never, those were not the dynamics of our relationship. We were just friends.
How was that not the dynamics of your relationship when he first meeting you told you that he liked you in that way? And then you told him, no, we can just be friends, assuming that he would just be a friend. No, he was being friendly to you, according to you, right? Like y'all was just friends all this time now because you let him know after he first told you when y'all first met that he liked the way that he really liked you, which was sexually. You mean to tell me that, you know, we can just be friends, and you mean to tell me so he just agreed to just be regular friends, or if what you say is true, did he agree to be friends with you, hoping that he could somehow convince you to change your mind and actually grow to like him? Stop playing, girl. You knew what time it was. Quit playing. You made this shit up. Straight up.
Did he come to your house? Did he come to your house on occasion?
Listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this. Pay attention to this.
That was that. We never, those were not the dynamics of our relationship. We were just friends.
Did he come to your house? Did he come to your house on occasion to pick you up or to hang out at your house and just, you know, relax with you and your family?
He came to my house. He came to my house twice. The first time he came, he met my mom because he was taking me and one of my best friends out for lunch.
So hold up. You are 15. Well, first of all, star bitch made as you. Have he ever been to your house, meet your parents, so on and so forth? You say he came to your house twice. You great correct that and say 3 times here in a minute. But let's deal with what you said thus far. He didn't came to your house twice. He came to your house and he met with your mother. So you mean to tell me that your mother allowed you at 15 years old to go out with a 22-year-old, you and your friend? Why would a 22-year-old grown man that's not a family member,
because the mama know what type of daughter she got,
take you out to eat, you and your friend? Because
the mama know what type of daughter she got.
He's grown. But your mother allowed this to happen. Your mother allowed this to happen. He came to your home. He went, according to what you're saying, he went in your home. He met with your mother. Your mother allowed you at 15 and your friend, I don't know how old she was, to go out with a 20 motherfucking 2-year-old man for lunch. Pause. Nothing's ringing a bell here. Nothing's ringing a bell here. No one has a problem with that. Her mother met with Charlamagne the God, according to her. Charlamagne the God was 20 motherfucking 2 years old. Her daughter was 15. Lord knows how old her friend was. Maybe 14. Maybe 15 right with her. But her mother allowed Charlamagne at 22 years old to take her daughter and her daughter's friend out to fucking lunch.
Ain't nobody making excuses to try to fuck no 15-year-olds. Ain't nobody making no excuses to do that shit, to be no pedophile.
15 and 14-year-old out to lunch with permission from the parent. Now, he could have paid her mom off, but we don't know that. But I'm just telling you, what we do know is this girl saying that Charlamagne been to her house, Charlamagne met her mom, and her mom allowed him at 22 years old to take them out to lunch. No red flags came up then, did they? No, for a fact she knew Charlamagne the God was over. Point blank, period. There's no way around that. Yeah, brother, something is rotten in Denmark. Charlamagne was exactly right. The parents were responsible. She said she wanted to expose who Charlamagne the God really is to people, and money wasn't her reason. Psh. Shaking my head. Well, that's all BS, said the guy. Did the mother know he was 22? The mother knew that his ass was grown. Point blank, period. Point blank, period. 22 and 15 is a big ass, huge difference.
Okay. Don't know what happened there. Well, guys, me personally, I feel as if what is being stated right now,
22 and 15 is
basically that Charlamagne the God would be more, from what True Freeman is stating, is Charlamagne the God would be in more trouble if she would have just came out and says Charlamagne was fucking me at 15, you know, versus Charlamagne raped her, because this rape situation doesn't sound real. Charlamagne fucking an underage girl sounds more logical, but I don't see him raping her when he wasn't even there when the rape occurred.
Big ass difference. You mean to tell me that Charlamagne at 22 years old went to this girl's house, met her mom, and her mom thought he was 15 or 16? Nah, look at Charlamagne now. So you mean to tell me when he was 22, he looked like he was 15 or 16? Hold up. You mean to tell me at 15 or 16, he was driving a Benz or whatever type of car he was driving? Okay. And her mother had no problem with him flossing like he was at allegedly 15 or 16. Her mother knew he was grown. Her mother knew he was grown.
So do we fault someone for getting the break? Who do we fault for getting the break? Charlamagne or the new? I mean, or the
her mother
criminal
did not
system?
want
Justice
her
system
testifying in court against Charlamagne. She said that. I'm not making it up. She said.
So we should continue to punish Charlamagne for something that he didn't ask for. So let me ask you guys a question. If rape was on the table, if Charlamagne had a possibility of being convicted of rape, right? Would he ask them to downgrade his charges? Would they offer to downgrade his charges? Or would they force to downgrade his charges? Answer me that. Did he ask for his charges to be dropped or downgraded? Did he somehow pay for his charges to be downgraded? What were the reasons his charges was downgraded? Answer me that.
This that her mother didn't want her going to court and testifying and all this shit because it would put too much stress on you. Get the fuck out of here with that lame ass story, girl. Get the fuck out of here for real, because I'm not buying it. I'm not. God says I agree. Brother Love says doesn't make sense. Sure in the fuck doesn't.
All right. Once again, how is that Charlamagne's fault? How are we sentencing a man 18 years later for something he had no control of? You feel me? If somebody raped your daughter, would you not want justice? Who runs from justice? I'm going to ask that question again. Who runs from justice? Why would you run from justice? Why would the prosecutors not pick that up? No, if that prosecutor would have busted Charlamagne, a rising celebrity, on a rape charge, it would have boosted their career to the next level. if they would have prosecuted Charlamagne with no evidence, as they didn't have, it would have ended their career. So how is Charlamagne at fault for this? How is Charlamagne at fault for this? I'm not saying it's right, but how is he at fault 17 years later for something that he was never accused of 17 years ago?
Tony says facts true. I know. So the mother is an accessory. Yes. Trey says the mother knew he was driving, so he was at least 18 years old. Yep. Now y'all thinking. Tony says, hell yeah. It's a big difference, and mom saying she couldn't tell. Yeah, okay. The mom would not allow her daughter to testify. Why? Think about this, fam. If someone allegedly raped your motherfucking daughter, why would you not have your daughter testify?
So you mean to tell me the mother possibly didn't testify because she could have got in trouble for neglect, child neglect? You telling me the mother possibly didn't testify because she could have got involved in a child neglect situation? Why isn't the daughter suing the mother? Where's the mother now? Is the mother dead? Do she have a relationship with her mother now? Did she forgive her mother? I'm just curious. Because at the end of the day, if everybody's blaming her mother, go after the mother for not pursuing the situation. Charlamagne faced whatever consequences that was handed to him for the situation. I don't understand how we are going to hang a motherfucker after he's been through his judge and jury. But we going to sentence him to he got off innocent, but we going to still sentence him to death or punishment by lack of no fame or publicity. He still got to do the shame walk. Oh, he hasn't done a shame walk for you religious ass people. He hasn't been shamed enough, huh?
She talking about she's still trying to deal with this and trying to get her life back. Listen, lady, you could have got your life back a long motherfucking time ago if your mother would have allowed you to testify if what you claim is the truth, and Charlamagne the God would have been charged according to what your claim was and what you claim really happened, instead of being able to plead down to motherfucking contributing alcohol or liquor to a fucking minor. Quit playing with me.
I'm not saying the situation is right, but there's no proof that she was actually raped. That's what I'm trying to get down to. There's no, all right, guys, if somebody came forward right now and said that I raped them, and they had some type of scenario that they had in which we was in the same situation, would y'all think I was innocent or guilty? If somebody came forward and said Dirty raped them, and they had some type of proof that it was similar, would y'all think I've done it? Hey, I'm one of the same people that said Cosby got hung, but at the end of the day, it was a civil suit. A civil suit versus a single suit is different. When you have 60 women come forward and say you done the exact same thing, that make you a serial rapist. If multiple women start to come forward and say that Charlamagne has done this to them and they have proof, that makes him a serial rapist. Okay. On top of that, if multiple kids come forward and say Michael Jackson fucking sucked their dick, and that makes it a civil suit, and it makes it that, okay, they have enough proof and enough word of mouth from credible people that says Michael Jackson or these other people have done this. If OJ killed his next 3 wives and the families came forward, they could put another civil suit on OJ about murder or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Just like, how is he a serial rapist? How many more people have he raped? I want to know that. Like, how is he a serial rapist? Because we're saying he's a rapist to a situation that has no proof that he actually raped anyone. That's what I don't get.
I'm not buying this shit. Not for 1 minute. I defend the sisters, but I don't defend the sister line. And I smell nothing but fucking lies. Point blank, period. Now, I don't give a fuck how old she is. She's 15. She was 15 at the time. She know.
The story was public information. Just because he had a bigger platform to open his mouth about it doesn't make it wrong. How does that make it wrong? Because he had a bigger platform to speak about it.
Know better than the motherfucking lie. She was 15 at the time. She know better than to be taken out to fucking lunch by a motherfucking overgrown adult and a whole bunch of other shit. Yeah, I can believe if they had sex. I can't believe that he raped her. And if she'd have just admitted that, well, you know, I did have sex with him a couple other times, but that night he actually raped me, we would be on his hip. I would be.
Oh my goodness. Yes, I've explained multiple times. I care to the fact that she's 15. I also care to the fact that Charlamagne possibly had sex with her. Consensual sex that she said, yes, you can have, but not rape. Statutory rape, yes. Rape where I just took the pussy, no. I don't feel like Charlamagne was at the house and he raped that girl that night. But they possibly had sex either prior to that situation. I have a problem with him having sex with the 15-year-old, but I don't believe that she was raped in the situation in which she's claiming. I know she can't consent legally. I understand that. And as a 22-year-old, you are that's called statutory rape when you don't have legal consent of having sex. And when she's not giving you physical consent or a yes or no and she's passed out, that's rape. That's a what you call it? That's like I forgot what they call it. A type 2 felony rape charge. Okay, how many fucking different types of rape charges are there? Okay, is a pedophile a child molester? Is a drug dealer a kingpin? All right, is a dolphin a fucking fish? That's what I'm saying. All right, there's levels in everything. If it's statutory rape, yes, it's still rape. If a motherfucker hold you down and kidnap you and take you, that's kidnapping on top of rape. All right, that's another level of rape that you're going to get more years for that. Some people for statutory rape get a slap on the wrist. My cousin was convicted of statutory rape. He was 18. He was dating a girl for 2 years. She was 17 and he had sex with her and the parents fucking spazzed and they had already been dating for 2 years. But they caught him having sex one time and it was a problem. See what I'm saying? He did 2 years in prison for statutory rape, being 1 year older than a girl. I understand what you're saying. But the way she's claiming it, she's claiming as if Charlamagne should be doing 20 to 25 in life. And I don't think that's how the situation went down. I think they was having a sexual relationship and shit went sour. Just point blank. It was a statutory rape situation. That's what I'm stating.
On his motherfucking head right now, based on the fact that whether he was convicted of rape or not, based on the fact that the evidence would show that he at 22 years old was motherfucking penetrating a 15-year-old. But that's not what we dealing with right here. That's not what we dealing with right here. Do y'all understand why I do what I do the way that I do it? I'm not
Charlamagne's cousin wife should go to jail if the family did what they had to do. Point blank. Point blank. If you're going to take justice into your own hands, there's going to be consequences to your actions, right? If the government, if the government choose or the justice system decide to say that you're innocent and somebody decide in their own right mind that you're not innocent and come and take your life, then they're going to be judged just like you was judged for your inconsiderate ways of the law. because you felt like you was bigger than the law, right? Charlamagne went to court. Charlamagne faced the criminal system. If your son was in a situation and he was supposedly being accused of a situation and went in front of the judge and they had lack of evidence, you would be grateful that they got off. You would be grateful that your son or your daughter got off of whatever situation because of lack of evidence. You wouldn't press it on and say, well, you need to go find more evidence on my son. He just may be guilty. You're not finna do that. Who gonna do that? Just saying.
Pedophile. You haven't proven to me that he's a pedophile. If the truth is that she actually was in a sexual relationship with him, she should have just came out and admitted it. She should have just came out and admitted it. I'm just saying. And if he happened to take the poop.
No, I'm not saying that, New Star. I'm saying if my daughter or my son was to consent to some shit like that and I was to find out, I'm going to go to the next level. I'm not going to run from the justice. I'm not going to find a way to weasel out of the justice. Nobody finds a way to weasel out of the fucking justice. No, I'm not blaming the 15-year-old. I'm blaming the 30-year-old woman or 20-some-year-old woman who's bringing up a situation after she had the opportunity and her family had the opportunity to press further charges at the time. No one can even tell me why the family ran from justice. Who runs from the fucking justice system when they're on the winning end? No, a 15-year-old can't consent. But if an ignorant motherfucker think that a 15-year-old can and they proceed on, that means they are entering a statutory rape category. All right? If a person never said they had consent, which they could never have in the first place, which is an entendre inside his own self, it's like, the fuck? All right. If a motherfucker say, well, they didn't give me consent, even though they couldn't give me consent in the first place, and I drugged them and I waited till they passed out to rape them, dress them back up like they never had sex, a motherfucker, that's a different type of rape. That's how the justice system looks at it. Who are you to go outside of that justice system that you live in? Who are you to say that the justice that was passed down is right or wrong? What laws do you write? What moral systems are your laws built off of? Because I'm trying to figure out where we're at. Are we in the United States that is governed by these things, or are we not?
Nanny from her that night, she could say, well, yeah, I was having sex with him, but that night I wasn't, and he actually drugged me and raped me. We will be dealing with something different. But no, she took the truth and fabricated some other bullshit. Instead of her breaking the truth, she's trying to.
All right. I want y'all to be totally honest with me. If you in this chat right now and you over the age of 30, when was the first time you done something you wasn't supposed to do as a child? When was the first time, what was the first thing you done as a child that grown-ups did that you wasn't supposed to? Tell me any one of you wasn't fucking before the age of 14 or 15. How many of you was fucking before the age of 14 and 15? Keep it real. Keep it 1,000. We don't know who you are, but keep it 1,000. How many of you was fucking before the age of 14 and 15? So why did Malika get raped? She was obviously more fucked up than the other girl, but she didn't get raped. He's guilty no matter what. Oh, he's okay. Were you on the jury that said he was guilty? Was you on the prosecution case that said he was guilty? How much power did you have in the charges that was brought upon this situation? How can we call a man guilty. I would hate for you guys to say that I was guilty of something I know I was innocent of. If I knew I was sitting up here telling you guys the truth, and I'm telling you guys, okay, it happened this way, and you still not believing me, I would hate to have you guys on the jury.
Cover up her true actions in this matter. That's just what it is. But I don't even think Charlamagne had sex with her at all.
But you won't admit the worst thing you've done as a child either. You won't admit the worst thing you've done as an adult either. You won't admit the worst thing you've had a pleasure in doing because you got a pleasure from it. You won't admit that right now. Tell me what's the worst thing you've done. Put it out there. Don't nobody know who you are. What's the worst thing you've done?
If he did before. I don't even know if he did or didn't before. See, we can't deal with that now. We got to deal with what the fuck she's saying. What she's saying is she didn't like him like that. They wasn't in a relationship, none of that shit. So she's claiming rape. You know why she claiming rape? Because if they was in a relationship, she didn't want certain people to know in her family. You know what's crazy about this whole motherfucking situation? She just earlier said that it caused strife. Basically, I'm paraphrasing. It caused strife with her family. So you've been raped at 15 years old and now your family relationship is fucked up? Or is your family relationship fucked up because you was actually having sex with older men? And they actually don't condone what happened or what you claim happened, but they saying you set yourself up for failure, and some of your family members have a problem with you because you knew better than to be sexing with grown men. Because if you've been kicking it with Charlamagne the God at 15 and he's 22, I guarantee you done kicked it with other grown men. I'm just saying.
Well, first of all, she admitted to kicking it with grown men, grown men, because a grown man took her to meet Charlamagne the God. She met Charlamagne the God through another grown man she was riding with already. It was possibly she was already out here thotting it, fucking with grown men at the time. I'm not trying to say that, but at the end of the day, let's call a motherfucking peach a peach. Just what it is. It's a peach. You know what I'm saying? A motherfucker think it's ripe, it's ripe. It's going to disobey his mom. It's going to disobey his dad. It's going to be out here in the street sideways. How many of these females out here done became thoughts before they was 17? And I'm going to say a thought in this sense. How many women you know, how many of your friend girls dated older guys when they was in high school? College guys, 19, 20, and they all thought that was cool. I'm just curious.
See, this is how niggas get fucked up. Niggas, stay away from these young women, man. These young girls, please, before you end up in a situation like this. Straight up.
Facts. I agree with you, Freeman. Stay away from young motherfuckers. Stay away from people. But if you have a fetish for that shit, that's just what it is. R. Kelly obviously has a fetish for young women. It's a repetitive notation of that. All right? Charlamagne could possibly have a fetish for young women, starting with the young Jessica here. Now, if more women start to come forward and say that, hey, Charlamagne fucked me when I was 14. Charlamagne played in my pussy when I was 13. All right, then we can know that Charlamagne has a repetitive notation to implement sex with a kid, with someone under the age of 15. We can start to say that he's a fucking perverted pedophile. But there's no evidence here. All I'm stating is there's no evidence here to say that this is fact. No, Charlamagne shouldn't have been hanging with no 15-year-old. No, Charlamagne shouldn't have been at a party with drinks and alcohol, giving and seeing young girls having drinks and alcohol, or even giving girls drinks and alcohol. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, Charlamagne will put himself in a bad position. Charlamagne was at the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong people. But how many of us in life should be fucking hung for the rest of their life over being in the wrong place at the wrong time? Offering somebody a drink. Should we be punished for the rest of our lives for that notation? And I'm not trying to sound like I'm defending this because I've been in a situation like this, or I have a perverted mentality that 15-year-old girls should be at parties getting fucked by multiple guys. No, I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm condoning. I'm sorry if that's a perspective you're getting, but I'm also trying to save another black man from losing a position in which he probably deserved from hard work. But I'm not the only one, because I'm not the only one with this perspective. I'm not defending man at all costs. The Weinstein situation was pitiful. It was fucking disgusting. The Bill Cosby situation was disgusting, and multitudes of situations like that and equal to that are fucking disgusting to me. But this situation, I'm thinking it doesn't hold any weight. It doesn't have any flame because the situation sounds tainted to me. It sounds tainted. If it doesn't sound tainted to you, then I don't know what to tell you. But it sounds fucking tainted to me. I don't like the fact that we're constantly talking about this shit, throwing Charlamagne under the bus for something that he's already faced charges for. He has no power, or at the time didn't have any fucking power to have those charges lowered or dropped. I'm sorry. He has no power.
Listen to this shit.
That was the first time he came and met my mom. He came to my house.
Family?
He came
on occasion to pick you up or to hang out at your house and just, relax?
Friends.
Did he come to your house?
That's it.
Did he come to your house on occasion to pick you up or to hang out at your house and just, relax with you and your family?
So you're just going to try to make me out to look like I'm defending pedophiles and rapists. Nah. Or child molesters and rapists. No, that's not what I'm doing. No, that's not what I'm doing. I'm not even going to go there with you today and talk about how this shit has been embedded into our DNA and how this shit should have been broken. I'm not even going to go there because at the end of this scenario in which we're facing right now, I'm not going to be the last one to say that Charlamagne should be left alone with this shit. He done paid his dues. And I'm not going to be the first one, and you're not going to be the first one and the last one to say that Charlamagne should be punished to an extent, because there's always two sides to everything, and there's the middle. And the people that don't say shit and don't give a fuck, the ones that don't say shit and don't give a fuck are the people in the middle. And this time, I'm just so happen to be caught on the side that obviously don't want to see another black man crucified for something that he might have made a mistake of over years ago, to a degree that which I still can't agree with. I promise I don't agree with this shit. But for it to be as full blown as it is now says that we are lacking forgiveness to a whole nother degree. We don't forgive people for shit that happened so long ago and they've tried to change their life. We still don't forgive people. Like, what about the mother who forgive the person who shot their child in court and don't want to see another life ruined? What about that? What about that mother? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying.
He came to my house. Twice. The first time he came, he met my mom.
First time he came, he met your mom. So your mom knew about him. Okay.
Because he was taking me and one of my best friends out for lunch.
So he was taking you and one of your best friends out to lunch.
All right, give me 1 second. Because I know for a fact one thing we have is some Tommy supporters. So I fucks with Tommy. I fucks with everybody on here, man. But I got to be unbiased. I got to play Tommy's perspective on this just as much as True Freeman, because we all know these guys differ. And I feel that Tommy is more disliking Charlamagne's, version of the story because he don't like Charlamagne to the degree in which he want to see Charlamagne ruined. True Freeman likes to troll Tommy, and Tommy don't like Charlamagne, so he's going to basically root for Charlamagne, right? So that's basically what we have here. I'm going to bring it up. Skip these damn ads.
You go over to the channel, check him out. Well, he was texting me, and he's in the chat room. Right?
And so naturally, you're gonna, approach girls or talk to girls
about his version and her version.
First of all, I have to apologize to everybody in the first half of this show, because when I stepped out there and I said that's a lie, I initially thought that what they were referring to was him talking about the time when, because he talks about on the Breakfast Club all the time that he got raped by an older woman when he was a minor.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to apologize to everybody about that part. And then when you came out with this, I was like, shoot, man, I had to kick back and literally stop writing in the chat. And I'm like, let me listen, because apparently there's something I missed. And with this audio coming out of the interview, first of all, this morning I got a chance to watch the one that started you. So I did see that, and I thought with her coming out, and let me stop real quick. Let me make sure I'm not missing your question. Give me the question one more time so I can make sure I answer you correctly.
What do you think about his version and her version? Like, because you know what they say, one side truth, one side tells the story, another side tells the story, and the truth is somewhere in the middle. So what do you think about her side, his side, and where do you think the truth lies?
I didn't hear his side until you just played it. So now that I've heard his side of the event,
what?
Initially, when I was listening to her, it sounded like I'm imagining myself around this situation, and everything sounds like, because we've all been there when we first get grown and we step out there, get our first apartment.
Trip, what you doing? What you doing,
now,
Trip?
Girls.
Trip, you blocking folks? You know that we don't rock like that. We don't rock like that, bro. Let me see what's cracking over here in the chat real quick. You know, we don't do no blocking. No timing outs. Unless they really trolling, fam. You know that. Only rules we got. All right. Yeah, it says it was held for review. Dirty, call off your mod. Yeah, hey, Trip, I see you, Trip. You went on a little blocking spree for a second on lunch. Let lunch speak. Let lunch speak. I only block, man, if they, you know what I'm saying, doing the most. You know how we rock. All right.
My call goes to my wife, Danny.
Get back to this.
What do you think about his version and her version? Like, because you know what they say, one side truth, one side tells the story, another side tells the story, and the truth is somewhere in the middle. So what do you think about her side, his side, and where do you think the truth lies?
I didn't hear his side until you just played it. So now that I've heard his side of the event, initially when I was listening to her, it sounded like I'm imagining myself around this situation, and everything sounds like, because we've all been there when we first get grown and we step out there, get our first apartment, and now girls wanting to talk to you and stuff, and so naturally you're gonna approach girls or talk to girls or hang out at places where you're allowed to be, and sometimes like if you're 19, you can't get into a club at 21. And a lot of clubs, most places you can't get into. So the places that you are allowed to hang out and kick it at are usually going to be around, girls that are a bit younger than you are. You're 19, 18, they might be 16, 17. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So with her, I thought it was real weird the fact that mom, this is why I always talk about this. I always tell them on the show, I always tell them, look for where the father is, because you didn't hear any mention of the father. And I thought it was weird how mom knows about these things going on, because you have to know that your daughter is being picked up by these different dudes.
Mm-hmm.
And these are older dudes. I didn't hear any version of her trying to stop her daughter from going.
See, everybody's saying the same thing, or is this just black men saying the same thing? But I can't say that because Scorpio's thing, you agree, right? You agree, right? Like, This don't seem right. Well, the mom, come on. The mom, where's the mom? Where's the mom? Where's the dad? The uncle went to court, not the dad. Where's the mom? Oh, the mom went to court. I'm not saying none of this is right. But let's start blaming the right people, because the man done obviously went to court. But does that make him a pedophile rapist? Answer the question. Is Charlamagne a pedophile, child molesting rapist? That's the question I want answered. Is Charlamagne the God a child molesting pedophile rapist? Well, pedophile, child molesting rapist. Come on. Afraid, come on. Answer the question. Is Charlamagne a pedophile, child molesting rapist?
Launcher, your mother allowed him to pull up to her house in a vehicle, being older, did ask him to make sure he had a driver's license to drive her daughter around, which therefore, if he showed the driver's license, she would know how old he is. But she allowed a 22-year-old man to take you and your friend at 15 years old out to lunch. Okay. All right. That makes sense.
That was the first time he came and met my mom. And then another time he came to see me, but I wasn't there. And that's when my brother Jamel answered the door and told him I wasn't around.
So he came back again to pick you up for something else, right?
All right. So on those bases, should we be holding so much of a shade over Charlamagne in his career over allegations? Is this what allegations does to us now? Why isn't his charges just his charges? Why does he have to be a rapist?
According to you, and you weren't there.
I don't think it should be a puzzle. I think it should be okay. It is what it is. He pled guilty to what you see is in front of us. There's nothing else to put together. That's all I'm saying. He's pled guilty to what we see in front of us. Why should we be figuring out anything? I don't know. New Star, I can't win with you. I can't win with you. I can't win with you. I can't even I don't even know where to go with that. Like, why was he talking about Bill Cosby and R. Kelly? All right. What was R. Kelly's biggest failure? Marrying? Like, which one was more disgraceful? Him marrying Aaliyah at a young age, him being 22, her shit being 15. The people who allowed them to get married, or R. Kelly pissing on the girl? Which one was more discriminating? That's what I need to know. Which one is more discriminating? The pissing? All right. Thank you. He got found not guilty, but we still make him guilty of shit that there's no proof of. There's proof of him marrying Aaliyah, but we don't hold him to that. We hold to him to something he got off of. There's proof that he married Aaliyah, but there's no proof that he fucked and peed on a little girl.
But your brother answered the door. I would take it that would be your older brother, correct? If I'm not correct, correct me if I'm wrong. But then your brother didn't get in his ass knowing that he was too old for you. Your brother just told him you weren't there. Let's continue.
He came by my house twice. And then, well, actually 3 times. The third
now,
time.
This is where you say, actually, now it's 3 times he came to the house, not 2. So your family was familiar with who he is, if what you're saying is true. Is this why you have a problem with the relationship with your family, because you brought this on yourself? You were actually, maybe for money reasons. This doesn't justify a man of his age having sexual relations with a fucking underage girl. I'm not at all condoning that. I'm not at all defending him in regards to that, but there is no proof that any of that took place. That's all I'm saying. Let's go.
That was when he picked me up.
Hey, make sure you subscribe.
The beach party.
Beach party.
So he came by.
He picked you up, you and your friends, first time, you and one of your friends, met your mother. Your mother allowed a grown man in probably a nice newer car, without checking his age and status and so on and so forth, allowed him to take you and your best friend out to dinner. Second time he came out to lunch. Second time he came to your house, and then you weren't there, and your brother told him you weren't there. Third time he came was the night of this incident, but your family was there then, and they saw this shit happen. So this is not adding up, baby girl. I'm sorry.
By my house, my mom knew who he was. My brother knew who he was. You know, we knew each other.
Listen, my mom knew who he was. My brother knew who he was. So with that being said, they knew how old he was. But what happened to where, what is the real truth to where they was okay with a 22-year-old taking a 15-year-old out to lunch? A 22-year-old man taking a 15-year-old girl out to lunch. Why was they okay with that? Why was they okay with a 22-year-old? That'd be no different than one of my best motherfucking friends. I'm going picking up his motherfucking daughter, and she 15 and I'm 22, and I want to take his 15-year-old daughter out to dinner. Do you think he's gonna be cool with that? Or do you think that look kind of suspect? But she just admitted that her mom knew who Charlamagne was, her brother knew who Charlamagne was, and her other family also knew who Charlamagne was. That was around her immediate family. Now, check this out. This is why I believe that her relationship with her family, which she had mentioned earlier in this interview, was all fucked up because they probably couldn't control her. She was probably hot in the draws. It doesn't justify a grown man sleeping with her, though. I'm not justifying that.
That's what that's what I'm not justifying that either. I'm just saying this shit could have been it could have been handled in a much different way. And I think the difference in this case is that they ran from the justice. There's no justification for why would you run from justice. Can somebody, if any of you can tell me that now? I'm not justifying it. Why would you run from fucking justice? You're justifying it if you run from justice. I'm going to wait on that answer. I'm going to give y'all a second. I'm going to wait on that answer. When I was 22, no 15-year-old could be around me. We got nothing in common. We in the club chasing grown women. Agreed. But ain't not one of you guys are going to answer the question. I'm going to sit here and wait for what? All I need to know is, why would you run from the justice? Why would you run from justice? You don't want anybody to know. Okay, all right. I can understand that. That's why you don't cooperate, because you're afraid of your status as a parent in the hood, so you pack up and leave and go somewhere else and try to start fresh. That's what you do. You leave to go start a fresh life somewhere else because you was embarrassed. That makes sense. My daughter is a little hot thought who's out here fucking grown men. I don't want to be embarrassed, so I'm going to just pack up and leave. Right. Then you never sue for punitive damages. Like, come on. Emotional, stress damage. Come on, man. Like, I'm emotionally and, like, mentally fucked up behind this. I'll never get that back. You never sue for that. And she says she don't want anything. Right, blame it on the South like they don't have a justice system. If I got caught with some drugs and I was your son, you would still spend money on the lawyer to try to get me out of jail. Because I was innocent. I had a reason for selling them drugs, right? We always got reasons for blaming for reason white men get off, and we have reasons for blaming why black men go to jail. Black man he only went to jail because he black. He went to jail because they don't like black men. Not because he actually guilty, but because he's black. But when he get off, but he shouldn't be off. He should be doing life in prison. Yeah, I don't know what y'all want.
But please explain. I agree that it went down on his watch. He also agreed that it went down on his watch, correct?
No, he kind of act like she was a stranger that he ran into.
No, it's not. No. He said that he met. Hold up. Charlamagne the God said in the interview that he did. He said that he met her through another guy.
She was a random.
Can I finish? Sis, can I make my point? Can I please make my point before you go further? Can I please finish my point? You said he acting like he didn't know or whatever the hell you said. No, Charlamagne the God in that interview with DJ Academics clearly said that he met her through another guy. Correct or not? No, let me make my point. Listen, lady, if we listen, oh my God.
I want you to play the tape. Can we play his tape?
No, I can play the tape, but hold on for a second. I'm asking you a question. You're calling into my show claiming you know everything, right? You saying Charlamagne acting like he didn't know her. Charlamagne said that he did not know. Oh my God. Can please, lady, because you're starting to piss me off and I want to hear what you have to say, but we have to be able to go back and forth and be respectful.
Oh, true. Go. Okay.
I'm trying to make a point. Exactly what Charlamagne said, which is he met her through some other guy, a friend. I can't remember exactly verbatim, but I got the audio. Now, he says that he met her through someone else. At the end of this video, did she or did she not admit that she met Charlamagne through this other DJ?
That original introduction did not occur.
Yes or no. Yes or listen, lady. Yes or no. I will hang up on you if you keep deflecting. I asked you a direct question.
Yes, she would.
All right, now continue with your point. Hold up for a second. Hold up. That's all I asked you to do is admit to the truth. Now you have the mic again. Oh my God!
You won't let me talk. You want to put your crazy spin on it, and that's bull.
Listen, you little bitch. No. Listen, bitch. Don't call my show no more, bitch. Don't call my show no more, no bitch. Don't call my show no more bitch. And I'm calling you a bitch because I'm sitting up here trying to have a civil conversation with you. Only thing I was doing was trying to make a point and to get you, because you just lied and said, well, you defending Charlamagne, and Charlamagne act like he didn't know her. Charlamagne didn't know her. He met her through another guy, and that's what he said on the interview with DJ Academics. Matter of fact, at the end of the interview that she did with Star, she said that she didn't know Charlamagne, and that she met him through a DJ, another guy. They both said the same fucking shit. You sitting up here fucking lying because you want me to look bad. I can't talk to you, lady. That's why you was blocked in my fucking chat. I asked you a specific question. All I wanted to do was answer it yes or no, and I was turning the mic back over to you. You act like the stupid bitch that you are, and that's why I called you a bitch. Now, you making accusations and stating lies that's untrue when we have the actual statements from both parties, right? Matter of fact, here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. Play the audio. Here we go right here. Listen.
Like after, like since you gained fame with like either groupies or
I don't do that shit. I'm scared of that kind of shit. I done had a rape charge before.
Oh, for real?
Hell yeah, I'm scared of that kind of shit. I don't even play them.
You got like a charge? How you beat that?
Because I didn't do it. It was a criminal sexual conduct with a minor charge.
That means you would have to like register for this.
Yeah, I was.
Right?
It was the year 2000, 2001. I think I was like 20. I was 20 years old. My cousin had just graduated from high school, and he had got a scholarship to Penn State University. And I had a party, and I had all of these chicks at a party. Like I was doing overnights I was working at D93 then. So I had all these chicks there that I met through radio, and chicks that my dude had known. So I used to always see this chick with my dude. So I bought, I invited her to the party. So she was at the party and shit. She got drunk, high, whatever. Something happened in the room with a couple.
Pause. Let's back up.
So I bought, I invited her to the party. So
Pause. Back up some more.
And I had all of these chicks at a party. Like I was doing overnights I was working at D93 then. So I had all these chicks there that I met through radio, and chicks that my dude had known. So I used to always see this chick with my dude.
He used to always see this chick with his dude. Fact of the matter is, he met her through his dude. He knew of her through his dude. His dude happened to be the guy that she actually met him through, because she was riding around with the guy, and the guy took her to the studio where he was working.
And listen,
she then,
and even after they pin everything on him, all they could come up with is distributing to a fucking minor. Even after he told them to pin everything you got on me, all they can come up with was distributing to a minor, getting a minor drunk. Huh? Tell me that. Right.
Corroborates that. Not exactly, but watch this. Watch this. Star Report. Watch this. Let's back up and find that point.
Rico I met him when I was 15. I met him through someone named Rico. And Rico, he was like a local DJ. He did music as well.
Okay.
And
pause. That's it. That's all I have to do. So, lady, bitch, because you ain't acting like a lady. That shit you just tried to pull on my channel and then try to cover shit up, bitch, you can miss me with that. Now, and was I right or was I wrong? Press 1.
Tyra been listening to my music, because you can miss me with it. If it ain't about the truth, you can miss me with it. If it ain't about this money, you can miss me with it.
If I was right, press 2 if you believe I was wrong. And I just played both clips. The one from the original interview that Charlamagne did with DJ Academics, saying that he met her through one of his guys. He didn't say the name, but her saying she met him through the DJ guy, and bam, bam, bam. So did I lie or did I tell the truth? Was I right or was I wrong? And this bitch gonna call into my line trying to argue at me. I ain't defending Charlamagne. I'm defending the truth. Bitch, don't call into my show and lie. Well, you ain't got to call me bitches. Well, bitch, you ain't got to lie on me either. You ain't got to lie on me either. Straight up. Can we play the tape? Bitch, I just played the tape. Now, if you want to call in and apologize to me, sis, I'll apologize to you because
Yeah, I think he bumping my tunes, Lurch. Because He said you can miss me with it.
Shouldn't have called you out your name, but I reacted calling you out your name to your initial action towards me, which was a fucking line straight disrespect. So if you want to call into my show and apologize for what you did to me, I'll apologize for calling you a bitch. Line's open. Line's open. Now, but as long as you're going to sit up here and push that lie that you just tried to push, you a straight bitch. Now, if you call in and you apologize and admit that you was wrong and I was right, then we can continue the conversation.
All right, guys. I must say it's been great, but I got to get up out of here. I got something I want to do this evening. You guys have to be careful, man, how y'all keep throwing black men on the under the bus and onto a fucking guillotine before we have all the facts. And that's something we do now in social media. But I just want to say, you know, bless all you people and hope you all enjoyed the show. I'm sorry I've been gone so long, but I will be back. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Dirty GP. This is Cheap Shots TV. And I definitely appreciate you guys for tuning in. Until next time, deuces. Now I got to get up out of here because my shit tripping.